Welcome to this special podcast. And this is really special because we are talking about the Women in Leadership League Global Women Conference, the Made for More Conference, coming up March 2nd. In case you are yet to know, it's coming up March 2nd. March 2nd, Saturday, from 12 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. US and Canada time, Eastern Standard Time. So based on the where you live, I want you to know that this is a global event and it's also free. So if you are yet to register, I want you to know that you can register today at eventcrate.com/e/will-mfm March 2024. eventcrate.com/e/will-mfm March 2024. We're going to put the registration link in this podcast. So once you're watching us on YouTube, you have the link so that it will be easy for you to register. And we have two of the speakers right here. And listen, they are ready. They are really born ready. So we have Teague right here and Teju Oduwole. They will be sharing with us what to expect from their own keynote session. Listen, it's not just keynote. They're going to be doing a panel discussion, answering questions from people like you. So if you have any question, you can put it in the chat. They're going to be answering your questions in the panel discussion before we now have their own keynote session. So also with me today is a top-notch, one of the best that I've ever known in communication. I'm talking about Dr. Ayo Adenuga, one of the Women in Leadership League. I mean, we have top-notch. I just bring one of them today because getting everybody is a real challenge, So she'll be doing this, kind of a little interview with me. It's not really an interview. We just want to have a pre-conference chat so that you all out there that have signed up for this conference, you can know what you sign up for. The thing is this: the fact that it's free doesn't mean that it doesn't have value. Listen, the first conference that we did last time, it has so much value that somebody was chatting that she didn't believe that this is free. It has so much value to it. And listen to me, I just want to give you a secret. Next conference is September 7th. It won't be free. There's going to be a fee to that. Yeah. So enjoy this one and get ready to pay next time. But you're going to have this free. I'm just telling you, these folks are world class. The fact is free doesn't mean that they're not bringing value. That's why we want you to have a taste. So I would like to turn the microphone to Dr. Ayo to ask the first question. What we want to do is to create an appetite in the heart of people, especially people that are yet to register. I don't know what you're waiting for. I can get it. You have a free conference and you not registering. I don't know how else to describe your situation, but I know you'll be obedient after we're done. So let me turn it to Dr. Ayo to start the first question today.
Thank you. Before I start the first question, I want to say welcome everybody for being here. I really appreciate you here. And for those of us watching, for you to be here right now, that means you are a person of impact, somebody that values investment in themselves, someone that wants to grow. And I really awaken that leadership within you. I was privileged to be around at the last conference. It was mind-blowing. It was made for more. I gained totally. It showed me who I am from within, outside. We can't give from an empty cup. We have to give from a cup that is already filled. And that's why we are here again. We are here again to learn. We are here again to awaken that leadership that we women, we have. We have leadership right from the time that we've grown up, that we're born, even till now. Every day we are people of influence. So you guys just get ready for the March 2nd Real Made for More conference that is coming to us. And we have lovely people, as we just introduced, Ms. Michelle and Ms. Olateju, Reverend Olateju. Now, first off, let me go to Ms. Michelle. What should we be expecting at this time? at the Made for More, the next one in March, what do you think we should be expecting from you?
Well, I want to thank both of you for inviting me on here, and it's going to be such a powerful conference. I remember last fall when you hosted this, and like you said, Dr. Michael, all I could think of was, wow, people are getting so much value out of this.
Yeah.
What to expect? I know from the keynote that I'm going to give, it's going to be focusing on leading with certainty. And there are so many people who are unsure about what's going on in their lives, about what's going on in the world. One of the things that we need to be able to focus on, and we need to be able to grasp, is God provides a lot of certainty in our lives. When I think about the Old Testament, I think about Sarah. And I think about how uncertain she was when she was told, you're going to have a baby, even though you're way past your prime when it comes to having children. And she was not certain about that at all. And yet it happened. And so we need to be able to focus on the certainty in our lives, and we need to be able to lead from that certainty.
Wow.
Wow, that is wonderful. Michelle, this speaks to us women. As we grow older, we get really uncertain of who we are. And thank you for just matching that with somebody like Sarah, which is a real evidence, right?
Yes.
Now, with uncertainty of the recession in the system, layoffs, ageism in the workplace, people are so uncertain of who they are. So you speaking to that, speaking to that certainty that we can rely on is awesome. Everybody just tune in. You can't miss this. You can't not miss it. So many people from even younger age to the upper age are unsure. So having a certainty of who they are and the leader within them would be mind-blowing and life-changing. Thank you. Let's go to Miss Olateju, Reverend Olateju. So please.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. And you call me any name, any designation, I'm good. Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm good with it. It's really nice to be with you today. And I want to especially celebrate Dr. Mike. You do a great job. I really like the way that you're always ready to give, always ready to share. So it's great to be here. And when I saw the theme, Made for More, I think that is the one, it really touched me. It's really in my thoughts, because I'm like, ladies really need to understand that they are made for more than what they are doing right now. And I like to look at the aspect of, I remember when we were in school, they'll tell you, if you had to write up like an essay, they'll tell you, how do you put the essay together? Then you start with why, what, where, when, how. So I'd been thinking about that, okay, if you're made for more, why are you made for more? Maybe if you understand why you actually have been created by God to do more than what you are doing, that there are treasures that are resident inside of you, that you actually need to pull them out. I was sharing with some set of people that it's just like when you're taking tea and your tea is probably overloaded with sugar. And then you set it down, and then after some time you pick it up and you drink it again, and it seems like it's not sweet, and you're wondering what happened, because the sugar settled. All you need to do is just to stir it, and you stir it up, and then before you know what is happening, you take it and it's sweet. I think for so many ladies, they actually really need to stir it up. Just stir it up in your thoughts, change your mindset, ask yourself reasons why can't I, and once we do all of those things, it will take us, I believe, steps ahead of where we are presently.
Wow, that's awesome. You know what? The theme of the meeting is actually awake the leader within you. The Made for More is the conference name. The Made for More is, we have the Made for More Global Women Conference, but we had the Made for More for the first edition that we did. That was a theme, because that was the first one. But this one, we want to awake the leader within the women, because some women, they don't think they are leaders. I was listening to a mentor. Today happens to be seventh birthday, Dr. John Sima as well. And he said, when he wrote his book, Developing the Leader Within You, that book was a landmark, because until then, some people think leaders are born. So in this conference, we want the ladies to know that there's a leader within you.
Yeah.
Somebody saw Michelangelo walking on a marble, and they said, Michelangelo, what are you doing? He said, there's an angel inside this marble. I want to free the angel. So he was carving out an angel out of a marble stone. And he said, there's an angel inside this stone. And I'm speaking to you now, if you are listening to me as a woman, there's a leader within you. You don't have to have a position to have a leader. All you need is a disposition, a mindset. And one of the things I'll be speaking on in this conference is unlocking your infinite leadership potential. Because if you know you have it, I'll show you how to unlock it. So, and that's what this conference is all about. Because when you come to this conference, we're going to take you to the top, through the roof. There's going to be a BGC moment. BGC is breaking glass ceilings. The glass ceilings are your limiting beliefs. All the beliefs that you have used to limit yourself, where you are not a man, you can lead. Listen to me. Leadership has nothing to do with gender. It's all about the agenda. So don't miss it. See, my mom just passed last October, and we just did the burial two weeks ago. She's a leader. My dad died when I was 6, and my mom single-handedly led 5 boys. We all went to college. So don't tell me you can't do it. Just tell me that you don't want to do it. It's not that you couldn't. It's just that you won't. And in this conference, we're going to encourage you through this great women sharing. So I want to go to Miss Mitchell right now. Miss Mitchell, tell us what do you think what advice do you have for people that are still sitting on the fence, that are yet to register for this conference?
I can't believe they haven't already registered, but let's say that you're sitting there and you're thinking to yourself, what's in it for me? That's always the question that people ask, what's in it for me? And the answer that I have for you is something that John Maxwell would tell you, is that you have the potential inside of you. All of us have the potential inside of us to grow and to be that person that God had in mind when he created us, when he first knit us in our mother's womb. He knew what greatness lied inside of us.
Yeah.
And all of us have the duty to fulfill that greatness. We all have the responsibility to be that person. And the only way we're going to be able to do that is to grow ourselves, is by attending conferences like this, where we can learn more, we can do more, we can be more. And so if you're somewhere on the fence, don't be on the fence. Register, because you're going to get so much out of this, and you're going to be a better person. At the end of just 3.5 short hours, you will be a different person than when you were at the beginning.
Wow, that was awesome. I think you, Miss Mitchell, you were just speaking to what Miss TJ was talking about the sugar on the inside being stirred up. Now, Miss TJ, I want to ask you this question, because you are a professional as a computer engineer. And listen, I have respect for no, not computer. Is it not chemical engineer? Yeah, I have so much respect when a woman goes to chemical engineering. I was like, wow, I thought that's a man's word. Now, you have proved,
or even engineering in general.
Exactly. Yeah. But you led that world, and as a chemical engineer, I know you were working for Aska Paint, way back in Nigeria then at that time. But you're in Canada right now. So what have you seen about the challenges about women and leadership from your own experience and exposure. What you have experienced both worlds. You've experienced Africa. You are in North America now, in Canada. What I mean, and you saw that. I mean, it's just like, so. What is there a difference between the demand for women in leadership in both world, both Western world?
Yeah, first of all, maybe if I'll talk from my perspective, having worked as an engineer, I think the first side to it is what others might do to you, and the other side to it is what you might do to yourself. Because the way you would perceive certain things, the way you would respond, and even when when they think that you might not be able to do it, your ability to stand up to it, both, emotionally, physically. Women tend to be emotional, and at times at some of those jobs, you can't be emotional. It has to be facts. You have to know the theories. You have to know your onions. So I don't think that the difference is coming, because gradually more women are rising up in leadership. So it's getting better, but there is still a very long way to go. There's still a very long way to go. More women can still rise up. What we don't understand is what we do at home normally. For a woman who is who has a family, and you're part of a family, and you're getting everything together in your home, that in itself is leadership. So what you need to do is to take it to the next step, and the next step, and the next step, and the next step. Talking about Jael in the scripture is one of my favorite women, actually, because she was described as a woman of the tent. Just maybe like a homekeeper or something, and she delivered the whole nation. How did she know where to put? Well, you are a doctor. How did she know where to put the pegs? How did she know where the peg will silence the man? How did she know that particular location? She gave him milk. She put together all of her traits and her leadership traits and her knowledge that even being in the tent as a woman, she had done. So I believe we have it. All we need to do is to just step out a little bit more.
Wow, I've never seen that. So I've read that place several times. The way you shared it, I've never seen it that way before. I need to go back and read it again. Like, wow, did you just wrote a new script? And Dr. Ayo, I want to speak to these great women and ask the question that you have in your mind, and to ask as we wrap up.
Yeah, one of the first things I want to say is, and point back to what Mr. Teju said. Are you in doubt of your position right now? Are you uncertain? You have it in you. It's like I like the analogy of the teacup, where you just have to steer it. Many of you don't know how to steer it, or what to steer, at what time, when, where. You need to be here. You need to come for that conference to know, what do I have inside of me? How can I re-energize, reactivate, and reawaken that leader inside of me? So don't miss out. You need to register. And another thing is, many people, as they're growing up, they just are so uncertain. Do you want to be certain? Do you want to increase your productivity? Do you want to increase your influence? Do you want to awaken and just be refreshed of who you are? This is the time to log on. Don't miss it. The question I want to ask now, I'll go to Ms. Tessie, since our mic is on, is that how should people show up on that day? When they attend, how should they show up? What kind of mindset should they have when they attend the conference?
Okay. They should show up prepared. If possible, they should have writing materials, have your notes, because you're going to hear some things that even when you put them down, you have to go back to read them, and then you'll be able to put them into personal use. So they're not just going to come and expect that you just listen. Listening in is very important. We're not going to rule that out. You listen attentively, but you must take notes of those things that resonate with you. Particularly, what's going to resonate with me might not resonate with you, Dr. Ayo, but at the end of the day, you're going to go home loaded with a lot of things that will take you forward in life, and I'm going to go home. You can't be somewhere for 3.5 hours with people that have been prepared to make sure you get out of that stage. You know, it's like you must move, and they're ready to get you out of that stage to another place. So you definitely are going to have a swell time. So come prepared, with the mind prepared, ready to hear, ready to coil, you know, some of those mindsets, ready to imbibe new ones. And I'm sure that the sky is not going to be a limit for you.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you for that. And Michelle, I'll go to you. We've spoken about how to show up the mindset.
Yes.
How can people imbibe that wonderful teaching that they are going to acquire? How can they use it to transform their lives? What should people do?
To add to what the Reverend just talked about is you need to come to this with an open heart. You need to approach this with an open heart, an open mind, and be ready to take action. Because it's one thing to sit there and to learn and to say, "Ooh, yeah, these are fabulous ideas that I'm getting. This is there's so much here, and there's so much good." My big question is, once you get it, what are you going to do with it? Because you need to have that action plan in place. And so I would emphasize, when you come with this, with your open heart and your open mind, and you're taking your notes and you're listening and you're writing down everything that speaks to you, in the back of your mind, write down, what's the first step I'm going to take? What am I going to do later today? What am I going to do tomorrow morning? What action am I going to take to put all of this into play?
Wow, that was awesome. And I like the way you talk about the action, because it's not all about what we learn, what we're going to do, because the greatest gap in life is between what we know and what we do. And this is why we want to end on this note to tell you, take action, go register.
Go register.
What are you thinking about?
And tell the next person you love that will benefit to register. You need to share it.
Yeah.
It's free. The prize is free. So let's have a closing comment from Miss TJ. Give us a closing comment, and what is the closing comment you want to close with on this session?
Okay. Maybe first I'll talk to those of the people who are to attend. Like, don't miss out on this opportunity. Opportunities in life, at times, they don't come back the same way they were when they were missed. So don't miss out on this at all. Make sure that you register, and then you get your friends, your relatives, associates, neighbors, and even on the social media, get everybody you can to register, so that at the end of the day, you know, it's more enjoyable when everybody is doing this thing and is doing great than just one person, you know, being the one that is handling it. Yeah, so that would be it.
That's awesome. That's great. Thank you, Miss TJ. Miss Michelle, what is your closing comment for those that are still hard-headed to register? We don't mean disrespectful, but we're just telling you, what are you waiting for? Go get it, go register.
Exactly. If you are one of those people who is a last minute person, if you're somebody who keeps putting things off, the time to put things off is over. The time to register is now. You need to take action, register. Like we said, tell as many of your friends and family members as possible, because something this good does not need to be kept secret. The more, the merrier, and the more people that we can add value to, the more women who can gain value from this, the better.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know what? Listen, we're not bringing punks to you to speak to you. We bring in practitioner. Miss Michelle and I, we've been in accountability partner before, and I know what's great. In fact, the last time we had this conference, the first time we have Dr. Kenisha Williams, she brought the house. She shocked the con. So Miss Michelle and I and Dr. Kenisha Williams, we are actually accountability partners. That's where the relationship build up. And listen, she's no joke. Miss Michelle, she's no joke. I know the capacity, what kind of things she brings to the table. There's a command that she has when she speaks. And also, Miss TJ, she was the one that reviewed my book 20 years ago when I did my second book. I can't forget that day. She showed up. The whole place light up, the effect is really instantaneous, because the husband wrote the foreword and he traveled out. Then he went on a mission, but Reverend TJ came and she spoke at that event. I can't forget that. That's why we getting our name. Listen, you don't need to eat a whole cow to know a good meat. They're not telling you everything today. They just give you a little taste. So I would just ask for Dr. Ayo last comment before we just wrap up this session.
From me, you guys, thanks for listening to the end of this. And I look forward to seeing you. We look forward to impacting your life. Guess what? Many people register but forget to attend. Set your alarm for that day, and make sure you tell somebody else to remind you.
Yeah.
Your partner, your child, whoever, double set the alarm to make sure that you don't miss out, because your life will never be the same again. So thank you. I look forward to seeing you. I love you. We are rooting for you. See you soon.
Yeah, we're going to see you soon. The next week, Tuesday, we'll be bringing to you the second two speakers, Miss Tasha McDonald Carter. She just got married. We'll be bringing her to you. And also Miss Jerisha Moss Smith. Listen, you're going to have a blast with these two other speakers. So till we come your way next week, don't forget, go register.